Hello everyone. Welcome back. Let's get down to this. In the world today, there are all sorts of activities, ideologies, causes, non-activities, worthless causes that have been allocated various days, weeks, months of the year, such that we're running out of months. Maybe they need to extend the year so that there'll be more months for all the various things that really do not make any meaning or add any value to human existence to be fitted into the months. It is widely said that this month of November is a month of the fear of Islam. For the fact that I do not believe in or subscribe to the particular word which has been coined to refer to that very real and rational fear, I do not use that word. I'll say it once here and that's it. They coined that totally nonsensical word, Islamophobia, to stop people from actually sharing very real things that affect everybody on earth. Well, there are some questions I'd like to ask since we're about creating and presenting awareness of this thing. So let's go. How come everywhere in the world where there is chaos, unrest, destruction, devastation, anarchy, attacks, taking the lives of innocent people, burning down of churches, and various villages have been pillaged, ravaged, and just decimated. How come these are done by the very same people that belong to this belief? Why are the various governments and authorities in different countries around the world eager to blame the attacks on non-believers of Islam on mental health of those people who carry out the attack? How come it just so happened that these people, how do we know they are from this belief? They scream that thing, they are praising their God, calling their God, and carrying out heinous attacks on other people. How come these people who carry out these inhuman attacks on non-believers, how come they suffer from the exact same mental health as claimed by authorities and governments all over the place? Why do these people carry out these attacks? Their knife attacks are every day in the Western world now, one nation or the other. Beheadings, suicide bombings, all sorts of terrorist activities all around the world by the same people. How did we become a world where you're so searched at airports and various entry points in nations, Western nations, because of what people have done? Why do these people leave their homes to go seek asylum in non-Islam nations? Why do majority of these Islam people not assimilate or live by the laws of the non-Islam nations that have taken them in? Why do many of them not work, but solely rely on government benefits, social welfare funds, and handouts from the host nation? Why do the men have multiple wives with so many children when they do not work or even want to work? These are the questions. What are the reasons why women have no rights, none whatsoever in any way in that religion? Why? How come? Why do they impose marriages on baby girls? They give them to marry in marriage to people who was meant to be their ancestors. Why? How come they live for decades in the West, but so many of them detest the West that have welcomed them and sustaining their lives? Why do they boldly declare that they want their belief to be imposed upon the nations that have given them home, freedom of everything, and peace, which they never could have in their home nations? Hmm. Why do they often claim to be victims, even after people from their belief carry out the most heinous crimes against other human beings? They're the victims. Don't blame our beliefs. How come some of these people lie so easily and they will never condemn the evil things which have been done by their own people? And why do they think that religion should be in control of the state, even when that state was never part of their ideology? Hmm. How come many Islam nations do not have democracy? And why do foreigners not have the same freedom and human rights in these Islam nations? Why are there not Christian free churches in Islam nations? The churches have to be buried underground. They are not allowed to be free. Why? Why must the world be subjected to a whole month of something which is totally unreal? Why? Wait, when will there ever be a Christianophobia month? When Christians are the most persecuted people on the planet? Why? These are some of the questions I thought were necessary to ask as we draw attention to this month of November. What I used to know November to be was when people would grow a beard or a mustache because they're the month where they abstain from smoking or drinking or any harmful lifestyle. But today, it's been condemned to a fiction. The fear of anything which calls for the subjugation, oppression, domination, attacks, taxation, second class citizens, unaliving of those who do not believe in that thing is not irrational fear. There must be other questions which I have missed. Yes, I ask that you be free to share your questions in the comment as we go through this month, sharing other things about this belief which continues to do harm to people in Nigeria, in Sudan, Congo, Mozambique, Syria, Yemen, India, Israel, Spain, the UK, France, Germany, the US, and everywhere else in the world. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next presentation.